a teenage music fan lands the opportunity of a lifetime when he joins a rising rock band on tour as a reporter for Rolling Stone. Soon, he's surrounded by concerts, confessions, complicated relationships, and enough emotional baggage to require a second tour bus. It's a funny, bittersweet journey through fame, friendship, and first love, where everyone claims it's all about the music, usually right before making everything much more difficult than necessary.
Yeah. That was a rather emotional,
wasn't it?
Plot.
It was.
I'm
That's right.
all teared up.
Yes. I feel your emotion. Wow. I can feel emotional if I want to, Ray.
Yeah, and I really feel like making the audience cry right now.
Yeah, well, are you ready to make the audience cry?
With my bad singing, yes I am.
Well, then let's get right to it. That was my plot in a pinch.
Yes.
Now we're ready for Ray's song nobody asked for.
Yes, nobody. Wow, you were prepared.
I try to be supportive, you know.
Wow. Cameron Crowe, he has wrote many films that you love. They all have great soundtracks, and their casts are cut above. Crowe's next film was almost famous. He won an Oscar for its screenplay. And Kate Hudson was never better than when she became Penny Lane. But though critics loved Almost Famous, it flopped hard and Crowe was blamed. The question is, should it be remembered? And Jed, I guess we'll find that out today.
Yes, we will.
And see.
I've got to fade out my piano playing.
That was beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. No, that was beautiful. That singing was beautiful.
It was something.
Exactly. It sure was something, Ray. I always try to keep my piano
handy. Yes.
Handy.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Forgotten Films. Welcome to Forgotten Films, the podcast where we dust off the VHS boxes, crack open a cold one, and revisit movies time left behind. Each episode, we take a fresh look at an overlooked, underrated, or nearly forgotten film to find out whether it's forgotten or forgotten for a reason. I am Jed, and I am your Chief Rewind Officer.
And I am Ray, the assistant to the assistant manager of Lost Classics.
And today, we take another trip through cinema's lost and found to bring you today's feature presentation. Today's feature presentation is 2000's comedy adventure Almost Famous, rated R, starring Billy Crudup, Frances McDormand, Kate Hudson, and Patrick Fugit.
Yes, that's how you pronounce it.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Fugit.
Fugit.
Fugit. I think it's Fugit.
Whatever. It's Fugit.
It's written and directed by Cameron Crowe, released by DreamWorks, and it runs 2 hours and 2 minutes.
All right. Let's flip over the VHS box and read the back. It's time for the back of the box.
Adored by critics and audiences nationwide, Almost Famous has been hailed as the year's single most entertaining film. Writer-director Cameron Crowe takes you on a heartfelt journey into the world of rock and roll in this delightful coming-of-age comedy. It's the opportunity of a lifetime when teenage reporter William Miller lands an assignment from Rolling Stone magazine. Despite the objections of his protective mother, William hits the road with an up-and-coming rock band and finds there's a lot more to write home about than music. This enormously engaging film boasts superb performances by Kate Hudson, Frances McDormand, Billy Crudup, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and newcomer Patrick Fugit. Featuring a classic rock soundtrack with music from The Who and Elton John. Almost Famous is an utter delight from the first frame to fade out and a must-see for every generation.
That's amazing how you can just do that with your voice.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
I don't either.
It's
a mystery.
like automatically goes into that, and that's wonderful. It's wunderbar. All right, Ray, it is now time to talk about our what? Spoiler alert. That's right. We want to go ahead and say right now that, we try not to give too much away, but sometimes we get carried away.
Yes,
so once again, spoiler alert.
There be spoilers.
There'll be spoilers in this film. All right. Let's jump into the commentary track.
Here's what worked, what didn't, and everything in between.
So, right out of the gate, the opening title sequence is all handwritten credits.
By Cameron Crowe.
That's right. Writer, director. And I don't know what kind of pencil and paper he's using.
Yeah.
It's very deceivingly looking like it's a just regular number 2 pencil, but I've tried writing with number 2 pencils and it doesn't ever come out.
They always crinkle the paper and move the paper. That was like...
He even did the thing where like he, every time he finished, he like wiped the and no smudges, nothing. I don't know what he did, but kudos to that right off the bat, man.
It was CGI.
Yes, it was AI before there was AI. Why would you do it as a never mind handwriting sequence with AI?
I even like the way he misspelled Francis McDormand's name and then he corrected it.
Yeah,
and he
erased it.
Yeah.
Once again, just going off of one the music in this entire movie is just great. And that's always to be expected from Cameron Crowe. This movie is semi-autobiographical about the writer-director. Some of these events happened to him in real life, and that's what became this movie.
Yes.
Which we'll go into more detail here later on.
Yes.
But I like that because the entire movie feels like somebody writing about stuff that actually happened
Exactly.
to him, to them,
You can tell his love for the characters, the people that he met that comes through in this film.
and the era that he was growing up in. And, it's very personal.
First off, let me just say the film has an amazing script, and that's by Cameron Crowe. And he's written the screenplays to Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Say Anything, Jerry Maguire. I think this is his best script, honestly.
Absolutely.
And there are quotes. I only tried, believe me, when I say this, I only tried to write down a few.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, but every time I turned around, there was another thing being said. And I was like, oh my God. So I wrote that down too. And I'll narrow this down later. Yeah.
It's hard. It's a very quotable movie.
Yeah. And so, but what I will say about this movie is anyone who loves music, I think will love this movie. And I think because we all come from the same place, we all inherit our love for music from who we grew up with, who brought us up or who raised us. And in this case, he had a mother that wouldn't let him listen to music, but he had an older sister who loved music and passed down her knowledge to him.
That's right.
And that was part of the film.
Yeah. Whenever she left, she leaves home because she can't deal with her mother being the way that she is anymore. And so when she leaves, she tells her brother, William, who's the main character in this movie, look under the bed and, light a candle while you
listen and you'll see your life.
Yeah, you'll see your future.
Yeah, see your future.
And you immediately think that she's left like pot under the bed or something for him.
Yeah.
But it's records.
It does take place in 1973. So yeah, she immediately thought, she left pot for him.
Yeah, I mean that's where my brain went the first time I saw it. But yeah, she leaves him her records, and I really think that William is all of us whenever we kind of discovered music, whether that be CDs, records, cassette tapes, whatever. But in this case, it's records, and it's just full of this intriguing art that just draws you in. There's a feel to it. There's a smell to them. It just makes you want to open it up, listen, and look at the liner notes or look at the artwork, whatever. But I mean, there's just an immediate appreciation from him not really having anything to do with music before that point.
Right.
He's instantly hooked.
Yeah, and you're drawn in to the story. And he grows up. He's loves music. I should say that he's a genius. He's young. He's going to high school. He's 15 years old.
Yeah. His mom skipped him grades.
He's about to graduate. He doesn't fit in at school. Doesn't have any friends because he's younger than everybody else.
Yes.
They think he's a narc.
What's wrong with that? Being a narcotics officer is a great thing. Yeah. That's his mom talking.
And so he doesn't have any friends. And the only friend he seems to have is a fellow named Lester Bangs.
Mm-hmm. And that's somebody that he meets while he's walking downtown at the radio station, and he just so happens to be in town. And Lester Bangs is a real person.
Yes, he is. He used to write for Cream magazine. Or actually, it was his magazine.
Right.
But he wrote for Cream magazine. He was the premier rebel rock journalist of his day.
And it's played by Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Late great.
Yes, absolutely great in this role, and is a big influence on Williams' career trajectory.
He gives him this advice. He tells him how to deal with people, how to go about the business of rock and roll. But he's also extremely opinionated himself.
Yes.
And he tells me you come along at the end of rock and roll. Rock and roll is dying. You're in the death rattle of rock and roll. So it won't get any better. But, do your thing because you're going to do it. He tried to talk him out of it. Kid's dead set on doing it. And so basically he's given a job by Lester Bangs to write a few words on a group, Black Sabbath. Things happen, and he ends up meeting the band Stillwater.
That's right.
Which is a fictional band in the movie that he's eventually follows around and does an article on. And so the rest of the movie is basically him hanging out with this band, going on tour with them.
Well, he does not get in to go see Black Sabbath, the band he's supposed to be writing about. He gets blocked at the door by the bouncer.
Yeah.
And so it's actually happenstance that he meets Stillwater. He knows he already knows about them. He's already a fan.
And he kisses up to him.
He does, but he's also showing off the fact that I'm not just, I love that one song and you're this. He tells them all about, this album's better than the last album because you've actually grown a little bit from this, and that, and they're all impressed. He starts to walk away.
No, come back. Tell us more.
Tell us more how great we are.
Yeah. And
every band ever.
And in addition to them, he ran into a group of women.
That's right. The Band-Aids.
The Band-Aids.
They call themselves.
Not groupies.
Not groupies. There's a difference.
They're Band-Aids.
That's right.
They're there for the music. They're there for the talent, to inspire, that kind of thing. They're not there to just sleep with the band.
That's right.
And Penny Lane, played by Kate Hudson, is sort of the head of this group. And she instantly takes a liking to William, our main character, and kind of takes him under her wing. And of course, what happens is she's this beautiful, luminous creature from another planet.
Yes.
Whom he'll,
this goddess in his eyes.
And of course, what happens? He falls in love with her.
Of course. I mean, it's instant.
She comes across as someone older than her years.
Worldly, yes.
Very worldly, but she's a little girl. She's a teenage girl.
Yeah, yep.
Who's caught up in this lifestyle of following rock bands around. And it seems like, she wasn't thinking further ahead. It's just in the moment. She's a very in the moment kind of person.
One of the things they always say is it's all happening.
Yes, it's all happening.
It's all happening, which, is just about being in the moment.
Yes.
It's all happening right now in this moment.
And so here he is in this world of rock and roll. He's 15 years old. How does his mother take it?
Not well. His mother is a college professor, right?
Yep.
And she's now losing her second child to rock and roll.
Yes.
And two, to leaving the nest.
Yes.
And so she makes a deal with him, basically saying that, he can go on the road, but he can't miss more than one test, and he's got to be back for graduation. Those are basically the only things that.
And don't smoke pot.
And don't smoke. Yeah, don't do drugs. Don't take drugs.
Yeah.
Which is made fun of by all the surrounding people also going into the concert.
So he's a pretty serious kid. He really intends to write this article. And suddenly he gets an opportunity from, at the time, when you think about it, Rolling Stone magazine. If you were a rock and roll journalist, if you were a journalist, period, the Rolling Stone magazine is who you wanted to work for.
Right.
It was the coolest magazine in the world.
I mean, you had Hunter S. Thompson writing for them at the time.
Yes. He ends up being hired by Rolling Stone to do an article on Stillwater, who's a rising rock group.
Right.
They're on the verge of becoming what? Superstars?
Oh, yeah. Verge of stardom, you know?
Yeah. And so they're on the cusp of superstardom, but we see there's already cracks. Yeah, like anytime you deal with bands in real life, they're almost always, you can see at a certain point during their ascendancy, it may seem roses, but when you read about them in these magazines or articles, or when you always hear about infighting or jealousy or things like whatever, something's going on. And those things start out small and they get way bigger and eventually the band breaks up. This band is on the cusp of superstardom, but the cracks are already starting to show.
And some of the members are already self-aware of it as well.
Yeah. And so this band could fall apart any second.
Right. Even before their article gets written.
Yeah. And what they're worried most about with this journalist there is he's going to capture it all.
Yeah. They referred to him as the enemy.
Yeah.
He's the enemy. While they're calling him the enemy, they also embrace him.
Yes.
You know, and into the fold, if you will, you know?
And go, hey, we're friends. This is off the record.
Right. Everything they try to say. Anytime he tries to get an interview, something happens. The new band shirts arrive. It
starts an argument among the band because, like with any band, or I'm assuming any band, there's always somebody throwing a wrench into the works. And it seems like in this movie, it's the manager, who is
not trying to throw wrenches into things. Yeah. Just his job brings it about.
Yeah, it's one of these things where he's a friend of one of the players in the band, the lead guitarist, who's played by Billy Crudup, and they were friends, and so he talked the other bandmates into letting him be our manager. And it's kind of illustrated in the movie. He's a manager that really doesn't know all the ropes, and so they end up getting they're on the rise, but they still have these moments where they start fighting. And remember, it's in front of a reporter, this kid, and one of the first things that you see him fighting about is T-shirts.
Yes.
And what happens is in the band, the lead guitarist is known as the good-looking guy in the band. He's sort of the star that everybody kind of looks at. You know, he's the one that they go, oh, he's the guy, and the rest of them are just kind of there. So when the T-shirt comes out, he's in focus in the front, and the other three are in shadow, out of focus in the back.
Yes.
So the rest of the band is like, oh.
And the lead singer, who's played by Jason Lee, great job. I mean, the hair alone, man, is a feat in of itself. He's very lead singerish.
Yes,
I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah,
you know, he thinks he's the band, and these are his band.
Yes,
as opposed to them being a group.
Guy, and they're his band. Yeah,
yeah.
And he goes, but don't listen to me. I'm out of focus on the T-shirt.
I just want to be out of focus, guys, in the back.
And so they're doing this in front of the kid, and so they start panicking, and they're trying to clean up, and then they're introduced to this new manager.
Oh, wait. So it leads to that fight leads to him, you know, to him like saying, you know what, I'm out of here.
Right.
Not leaving the band, just getting away from you guys. And who does he take along with him?
The kid.
The kid.
But I wanted to say that the new manager, when you look at this movie today, back then we didn't know who this guy was.
Oh,
and we hardly knew who some of these other actors were. They were up-and-comers.
It's true.
And I'm trying to think who is the most famous person in this movie. Maybe Francis McDormand, maybe Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Everybody else was almost famous.
Almost famous. But they bring this manager in. He's got a very small role in the film, but he comes in and he's trying to lay out why he's there. And he said, look, he goes, you got to make money now. You're
Correct.
losing money. You got to make money now, and you
Yeah,
got to make it fast.
You owe more to the record company
Yeah.
than you're making on
Yeah.
this tour.
And he goes, you need to make money now because guarantee you, when you're 50, you're not going to be out here doing this. You think Mick Jagger at 50 is going to be out here making, doing rock and roll at 50? I don't think so.
He's like, you're sorely mistaken.
Sorely mistaken. Well, like I
Which,
said,
by the way, when the movie came out, Mick Jagger, this movie takes place in the 70s, right?
yes,
60s, 70s.
73.
Yeah, that's right. Takes place in the 70s, but the movie was released in 2000, and at this point, Mick Jagger was already like 57 years old.
Yeah. So I'm sure he appreciated that.
And now in 2026, Mick Jagger's 83 years old,
and
they're still on tour.
Yes, they are.
Just
But-
insane.
And then so what happens is because of this fight that happens,
That's right.
the lead singer decides he's going to leave.
Yep.
He doesn't say he's going to quit. He just needs to get away.
Oh no, the guitarist.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guitarist says he's going to leave.
He's going to leave. He's not quitting. He's just leaving. He wants to go out and he wants to be with real people.
Yeah, he wants to basically just connect with real people again.
So here his music burgeoning superstar is out walking around with this kid, and these kids pull up. Hey, you want to party with some regular people?
Yeah, in a VW bus, of
Yeah.
course, because you have to.
Which leads to one of the best scenes in the film.
Absolutely.
This house party that takes place in Topeka, Kansas, at these high school kids' house, and let's just say that they give him stuff,
Yes. He's on drugs.
acid,
Yes.
which leads to one of the greatest transition scenes in any movie. And if anybody knows what transitions are, you go from one scene to another.
Right.
And I'm telling you, when I first saw this and I watched it again, I go, oh, this is just a brilliant scene. So they're inside the house. Billy Crudup's character, he's the lead guitarist. He takes acid, and William gets on the phone and calls the manager and says, hey, he's on acid. How do I know when it kicks in?
Yes.
Cut to the lead guitarist on the roof of a pool house yelling out, I am a golden god.
And all the teenagers just go wild, of course.
Yes. And he goes, now let everyone at Rolling Stone magazine know my last words are,
I'm on drugs. Once again, crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
All these kids go
and
wild.
he goes, you might want to reconsider those last words.
It's like, okay, yeah, no, you're right. Okay, tell him this. I dig music.
And everybody's looking at each other.
Like,
You hear crickets.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
And then-
all right.
I'm on drugs.
Yeah.
And then they tell him to jump. Kid, no, please don't jump.
There's a pool below.
Yeah.
There's a pool below, yeah.
But still a far jump. He jumps, and that's based on a real life incident. See, Cameron Crowe, as a teenager, used to write for Rolling Stone magazine, and one of the groups he covered were the Allman Brothers.
That's right.
And Dwayne Allman, literally jumped off the third floor of a hotel into a swimming pool,
That's insane.
and
I wonder if he was on drugs.
I'm thinking maybe I'm sure.
Pretty sure.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but so that's what's cool about this movie is everything happens and you think, did this really happen?
Yep.
And that's definitely one of the things that happened. Although when he talks about it, Dwayne Allman, when he wrote about it in a book, he doesn't think that Cameron Crowe was actually there. He thinks someone told him. But regardless,
Yeah.
he admitted that he did it. And then another behind the scenes thing. So Cameron Crowe has a relationship with all these bands that he covered back in the 70s. So he knows
right.
everybody from
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin to David Bowie to everybody. He's really good friends with them, even though he's told not to make friends with them. But he's really good friends with these people. And the line, I am a golden god, he got from Robert Plant, who was at a hotel.
Right.
And he climbed up on the roof of the hotel. I believe it was the Hyatt Hotel in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And he jumped up on the roof and yelled to everyone below, I am a golden god. And in the movie, at the end of the movie, when he turns his article in and Rolling Stone magazine is reading the article, they have to call the band to find out if indeed all this stuff happened.
Just fact check.
Fact check.
Yep.
And the band, once they hear their words being told back to them and their actions being told back to them, they panic
Yes.
because they don't want to be known as douchebags.
Right.
And so they basically say the kid made it all up.
Right.
Well, in real life, Cameron Crowe sent the movie to Robert Plant and Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin because he wanted their music in the film,
which they are not known to do.
You're right. He's the only one they've ever allowed to use their music.
Yeah, they're famous for not letting people put their music in their movies.
But they allowed him. He asked for Fast Times at Ridgemont High that they could use Kashmir, which they did. That was the first and only time they ever did until Almost Famous. And they allowed him to use 5 songs, 1 in the movie and 4 on the soundtrack. But he had to get their approval first, so he let them watch the movie first. And during the scene when the Rolling Stone boss said, "I am a golden god," he goes, they said he didn't say that. And he said, Robert Plant went, "I did."
Guilty.
Yeah. I love that story.
No, that's great. Once again, the movie works in a lot of ways. It's one of those things where you're like, you couldn't make this up. You know what I mean?
No.
It's like if you made it up, it wouldn't be as good, I think.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You would have gone too far one way or another. It's just like, nope.
Right.
This is what was happening.
Right. And there's so many, the band alternates between wanting to be famous and wanting to be artists.
Yeah, legit.
And they think with Rolling Stone magazine, oh, we're selling out. And on the other hand, it would be cool to be on the cover.
Yeah. Who wouldn't want to be on the cover of Rolling Stone?
Right. And so when they're discussing this kid around, I love the line by the lead singer, Jeff, played by Jason Lee, where he talks about, he's like, and here we are, and this kid is here. He may look harmless, but he represents the magazine that trashed Layla, broke up Cream, ripped every album Led Zeppelin ever made. This little shit is the enemy. He writes what he sees. Although it would be cool to be on the cover.
Yes, they're very conflicted.
Yes.
Much like any of the other bands would have been at the time, I'm sure.
Oh, we should talk about. So a major part of the film is, yes, he's interviewing the band, and yes, they alternate between being friends to him and treating him like the enemy. But another major part of the film is William's relationship with Penny Lane. And again, she's this walking mystery enigma goddess that he falls in love with, but she has eyes for the lead guitarist,
right?
Because
Russell.
she thinks he's the next great talent. Everyone in the movie refers to him as being the best looking guy or whatever. She sees he's the making of a Bowie, a David Bowie or something like that. She sees that and she wants to bring that out in him, and that's her mission,
right? As a band-aid,
to bring that out in him. So she only has eyes for this guy, while the kid William has eyes for her, and so it makes this weird triangle.
And William is enamored with Russell. You know, because it makes that triangle, right, if you will.
Yeah, as you would on the coolest dude you've ever met in your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, the entire time trying to get an interview
with
just one interview with him.
Right. And so he spends the rest of the movie trying to get this elusive interview, trying to what do you think he sees with him and Penny Lane? I know that she teases him with an idea that they're going to run off together and go to Morocco. Like Morocco.
Yeah.
But do you think he really sees a future with her?
I think he would believe anything she says, at least up to a point.
Because he's a pretty practical kid.
Yeah, but he also sees, you know, the way I looked at it is when his mom revealed to him that she lied about how old he was and skipped him 2 grades, use this extra time that you have, you know, go to Europe.
She does
tour the world,
tour the world. That's correct.
Check it out, walk around.
So she put the thing in his brain, which I don't think he ever considered doing.
But then when
Penny Lane
let's go to Morocco. He's like,
yeah, my
mom almost might be all right with that.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
That's the way I took it.
Yeah, that's right. So mom says it, and he's thinking, oh, I'll never leave my mom.
Right.
Penny Lane says it. I want to run off with Penny Lane.
I'll go to Morocco with you tomorrow. Yeah.
And in addition to that, he also feels bad for her because he sees how badly the band treats her.
Right.
Especially
well, he sees both sides of things because, one, you know, most of the time Penny Lane is hanging out with Russell, but he gets to hear and see all the things they're talked about and done to all the other girls, and while Penny Lane is with Russell. So, he's getting to see two sides of the coin,
Right.
where she doesn't. She's, she's a part of it, so she's not seeing a bird's eye view of anything.
Right. But he gets caught up in this whole little world. And one of the things that happens is his mother's worried about him.
Mm-hmm.
She makes that line where she's at home. She hadn't heard from him in a while.
That's right.
Is trying to do her job.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She can't concentrate. And she finally sits down and goes, "Oh, rock stars have kidnapped my son."
That's right. And then you see some of the students
writing notes down for a test.
This is going to be on the test.
And then we cut back to William, and here he is. I think Penny Lane kind of shoved him off onto the other Band-Aids.
We all know what the Band-Aids do.
Yes.
So the girls are bored in a small town. They see this young, guy that they've been hanging around with this entire time that's going on the trip with them. And they just kind of were like, you know what? We are going to, what is the phrase they use? We're going to deflower the kid. And so while, mind you, the scene is taking place, William is in the bathtub, in the bathroom, not with water or anything, just in there to try to escape and get work done. He's just writing. He's got papers everywhere. And then that's when the girls break open the door.
Yeah.
Basically.
Out.
Yeah. And the girls are starting to take off his clothes and all that. And they're saying, Penny, the girls are saying, Penny, come join us. And he's just having eye contact with Penny from across the room. He couldn't care less about the girls doing any of this stuff to him because he's, of course, just in love and enamored with Penny. And so you see all this just kind of going on around. And then she just kind of, peace out. I'm out. I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
This needs to happen to him or whatever.
Yeah.
But I can't be a part of it.
Right.
And so she pieces out and they have their way with him.
There's another great scene that happens.
No, there isn't. That was it. That was the end of him.
Probably, if you think about if you've never seen this film, you may still know about this scene. But if you've seen the film, you definitely know about this scene. And it's after the big fight, and Russell, the lead guitarist, goes on acid and jumps into the pool. The next morning, they come to pick him up. They get on the bus, and it looks as if, everyone's thinking this is the end of the band.
Yeah.
And they're very fractured, and everybody is taking sides, kind of thing, and no one's talking. And the bus, everybody's very morose. Everybody's upset about something.
Russell is basically covered in a blanket that they stole from the house or whatever, no shirt on. And you start to hear the piano to the song Tiny Dancer by Elton John. And, just kind of everybody is cutting to different shots of everybody kind of listening to it in their own head, grooving to it in their own kind of way. And then the bass player is the first one that starts singing along with the lyrics that are playing. Mm-hmm. And that kind of starts a domino effect.
Yeah, one by one, others start singing.
And that's what kind of unifies them all back together. And, the overall arching theme here is that music is what unites them above all else.
Yes.
Music's what brings them together. That's what they're doing all this for. That's why they're on the road. That's why they're a band. If they're not all individual people, they are the band.
Yes. Yeah, and the people around them. And
so it's a great scene.
Yeah, it's a great scene, but there's one person on the bus that really is not in sync with the rest of them, and that's William. And at one point, he looks over at Penny Lane and says, "I need to go home."
Yeah, she's got a great line.
And Penny Lane, she always touches his face and runs her fingers down his face.
Like a calming thing.
And she goes, "You are home."
Yeah. Well, it's like I'm blowing your mind right now. You are home. This is home. This is your home.
Yeah. And then she goes to sleep on his shoulder.
Yeah. And that was great for him, of course.
Yeah.
Kate Hudson never goes to sleep on my shoulder whenever she's here, hanging out at the house.
So in the movie, they're making a big point that they're traveling from town to town on a bus, which they affectionately call Gloria, which is this bus that's literally about to fall apart any minute now. It can barely get up hills.
Yes.
And at one point, the new manager, played by Jimmy Fallon.
Yes. We didn't mention that earlier, who it was that played him, I don't think. Maybe we did.
And so the new manager talks him into, we need to make, you're losing money. Mm-hmm. We need to do more dates. And then in order to do that, we got to get off the bus and we got to get on a plane.
Yeah,
so we
get
can
on a plane, make up more dates, do more shows.
So they leave Gloria, the tour bus, behind, and they get on a plane. Mm-hmm. And for the rest of the tour, they're on a plane. And on this one plane ride, There's a storm,
A brewing.
a lot of turbulence.
Mm-hmm.
And for a minute there, it looks as if the plane's going to crash.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very serious.
Oh, yes.
Very serious moment.
Yeah.
But you find yourself laughing.
And so what do? Just like on, what was it? Cheers, was it?
Yeah.
And it wasn't the season finale of Cheers. That, all is revealed. So things start coming out.
Yes.
And
everyone reveals something dark
Yes.
and secret about themselves.
Just know that, like I said, this isn't all is revealed. This is if we're going to die, we're not going to die without saying all of this. We're getting all this off of our chest. And once again, everybody has said something revealing.
Life-changing,
right.
revealing.
It's like that's what God, if you will, was waiting for. It's like, oh, all right, let's
Everything clears up.
Yeah.
Sun comes out.
Even the pilot breaks open the door. Thank God we made it. We didn't think we were gonna make it there for a second. I just thought that was great.
So that's a great scene. And then so you think the movie they go about wrapping things up. William still needs his interview, but he's not. It looks like he's not going to get it. The article is due.
Yep.
So he has to write it. And so they go their separate ways. Penny Lane, we don't know what she's going to do.
That's right.
She's sort of stuck. She probably didn't think this. She's bemoaning the fact that all of her girls are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Things are changing, and she's going through something.
Well, they also the guys have a great line. This is the circus. Nobody wants to go home.
And Russell's in their little lunchroom at whatever place they're at. They're doing the next concert at. And Sapphire, this is one of the Band-Aids, comes in and sits down next to him, and she's eating. And she basically calls him out for his behavior, because at that point in time, he has done something really, really bad. Not only to Penny Lane, but he's also done something really bad to William.
Yeah. Which we kind of touched on before. He denies everything in the article.
Yeah.
And
the whole band denies everything in the article.
That's right. After Russell had told him, write whatever you have to.
Right.
Right. That's when he was saying his goodbyes, like, write whatever you have to. And so he really betrayed him because, William's telling Rolling Stone, Russell, did you talk to Russell? He's the one that you should be asking about this. And they're like, he's the one that denied 90% of it.
Yeah.
And so, that was the big betrayal.
Yeah. And so this Sapphire sits down and she says, we all know what you did to William.
Yeah, calls him out on it.
And, this guy's he's hardly ever been told he's a bad guy.
Right. And she stabs him one more, saying even Penny Lane knows what you did.
Yeah.
And how much Penny Lane loves William,
Yeah. So
he cares for William. Yeah.
So he calls Penny Lane to apologize.
Yeah.
And basically
to do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
For her.
Right.
To her.
Yes. And
calls her and says,
I'm at my best when I'm with you.
That's right. He's pouring his heart out and sincerely.
Yes.
There's no angle to it. And just give me your address. I'm in your town.
I want to come see you.
I want to come see you. Give me your address.
So she gives him an address.
Yeah.
He gets a taxi, comes over, and William's mother answers.
That's right. He doesn't know that this is William's mother yet.
And he goes, is she home? Who? My daughter?
And the mom gives him a little lecture like, I knew there's hope for you yet.
Yeah.
I knew you'd come around. There's hope for you yet.
Gives him his interview.
Yep. The interview that he'd been trying to get the entire time. Well, we're going to hit pause for a minute.
Don't eject that tape.
Hey, Ray, I got a question.
Uh-oh.
Have you ever noticed every road trip has a moment?
You mean when everybody finally stops arguing?
Exactly.
1 minute, everyone's mad.
The next, somebody puts on the right song, everybody's singing along, and suddenly you're all friends again.
That's basically Almost Famous in a nutshell.
Well, now, we're not saying Lone Star Beer can solve every argument.
But it's a pretty good place to start.
Especially after the microphones are off, the cameras are packed up, and the day is winding down.
Good friends.
Good movies.
Good beer.
Lone Star Beer, the unofficial sponsor of Forgotten Films. The beers are cold.
The takes are questionable.
Let's continue. All right. Now we're on to the behind the scenes. This is where we talk about cast, crew, production challenges, budget, studio, trivia, all the fun stuff. Did you know that the Russell character was based on Glenn Frey from the Eagles?
I did not know that.
Isn't
I
that
would have
crazy?
guessed Greg Allman or something like that.
Do you
Glenn
think-
Frey, really?
Yeah. Do you think Greg Allman or the Allman brothers in general have an allergy to almonds?
Probably.
Do the Allman brothers have an almond allergy?
That'd be kind of cool if they did.
Yeah. Just putting that out there. If
Get
you
these
know,
almonds out of here. They kick the rest of the group
these
out.
aren't in my rider.
Yeah.
It's specifically in my rider not to have almonds.
Allergic to almonds.
Irony.
Well, no, I did not.
Yeah.
I honestly did not know that.
I think it's really the only time that they even talk about Glenn Frey, but I just think that's interesting.
This film for Cameron Crowe is very,
Autobiographical.
since I can't say that word. And so every character basically is inspired by somebody in real life.
Yeah. It's a mesh
Yeah.
to create these characters that
Right.
they create.
And, Cameron Crowe's led a very interesting life. At a very young age, he graduated high school. At a very young age, he was out on the road with all these bands, writing for Rolling Stone magazine.
Yep.
Think about that. That's just wild. Hanging out with Led Zeppelin, hanging out with all those guys,
Mm-hmm.
the Eagles and Heart, and who knows who the hell else. David Bowie. I know he's really good friends with David Bowie.
Mm-hmm.
But what an exciting life for this guy.
And the songs that were written for this movie, for the band, Stillwater, were actually written by Peter Frampton, Cameron Crowe, and Nancy Wilson of Heart.
Yes.
His wife at the time.
Yeah. And actually, Peter Frampton's actually in the movie. He plays one of the road managers
Yes.
during the poker scene.
Yeah. There's some really cool cameos throughout the entire film.
Yeah, and Peter Frampton also was the technical advisor, which meant he got the band in shape. They actually went to band camp
Oh, yeah.
to learn how to be a band.
Yeah.
And during this time, the actor that was originally cast as Russell realized that he wasn't right for the role, and he dropped out. This was right before filming.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt. Well, good thing he hadn't really done anything since.
Yeah, that's right. That's
come on.
right. That would have been a career maker for him.
So they not only lost Brad Pitt, and they had to replace him pretty quickly with Billy Crudup, they also lost their Penny Lane. They had another actress that was playing Penny Lane at the time,
Yeah.
and her name is Sarah Polley.
Sarah Polley, that's right.
And there were other actresses that were in line for that role, Natalie Portman, Kirsten Dunst.
Oh, yeah, there's a huge list.
But they hired Sarah Polley, but she dropped out when Pitt dropped out.
The role of the sister was originally being played by Kate Hudson. And when Sarah Polley dropped out, they kind of did a little shift. Kate Hudson took over the role of Penny Lane.
Wow.
And that's when Zooey Deschanel popped in as the sister.
Great casting all the way around.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things where
Meant
the
to be.
people who weren't able to do the movie, it actually turned out better.
Yeah.
I don't know that I could see Brad Pitt doing that. I mean, he's great. Don't get me wrong. But I think you almost need it. And Billy Crudup was kind of, I don't know that I'd say he's an unknown. He was almost famous.
Correct.
I think it needed a character actor more instead of a lead actor. And that's what this whole movie is a bunch of character actors, except for maybe William. William's pretty straight in all the movies that he does.
Yeah.
The guy that plays William.
And then Patrick Fugit,
Fugit!
he was cast last minute.
Really?
His very first film. And there's a scene in the movie where Penny Lane asked him to go to Morocco with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, ask me again.
Yeah.
And she asked him again, and he said yes. That was him directing himself.
Yes.
Normally actors go, oh, can I have another take?
Yeah. Can we do that again?
And so he basically was asking for another take.
Yeah.
But Cameron Crowe liked that so much. So when you watch the movie, she asked him to go to Morocco with. He goes, ask me again.
Yeah.
And
That's the actor.
Yeah. So I thought that was a cute little moment.
Yeah. And to keep it, I mean, it works.
Yeah. I know for a fact that Penny Lane was based on a real Band-Aid named Penny Lane, who he was massively in love with. And she actually came to the set.
Oh, really?
And everyone saw him instantly revert back to that 15-year-old kid around her.
Yeah,
And,
that
and
tends to be the case.
And he still looked at her with that
Yeah.
the way he looked at her back then.
Yeah, first loves, man. They'll get you.
And he mentioned Penny Lane. I'd never heard of Penny Lane until this movie came out, but she was up there with him.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he knew all the rock stars. He knew all the groupies. He knows all the road managers.
Yep.
That he really, you could, this
Sincere
is a love
relationships
letter,
with them,
a love
yes.
letter with all. I mean, he in the movie, Williams at his first concert. By the end of the concert, he knows all the tour people.
Yes.
And he's calling out their names.
Yeah.
And all their nicknames.
And like insider stuff
yeah.
that like, yeah.
And he basically, all of them had nicknames and all this stuff based on real people.
Yeah.
And then if you ever watch Modern Family, remember Cameron?
Oh, yeah.
The gay couple?
Yeah.
He played the desk clerk.
Yeah, that
at
was
one of the
his
hotels.
That was his film premiere.
Yeah. Rainn Wilson from The Office is he's the editor at Rolling Stone. And he plays this sort of hippie guy that's smoking
one of those elongated
cigarettes.
Yeah, with the cigarette holder. Yeah.
And it's just a love letter to rock and roll. It's a love letter to that time. And everything has changed since then.
And not many people really get to write and direct their own kind of life story.
Yeah.
So the mom, great character. Near the beginning of the movie, the daughter walks in. The mom immediately, the daughter tries to sneak in, looks at her,
Yeah.
and goes, "You've been kissing. I can tell by looking at her."
Yeah.
You can't tell? How could you tell?
Yeah.
I just think that's a great mom line.
Yeah. And then she's like, "Wait, what do you got?"
Yeah, what do you got under there?
The most dangerous album that a young kid could have in 1973.
Yes, Simon and Garfunkel.
Wow, that ooh.
And she immediately, once again, very mom. She's like, all they do is record music about drugs and promiscuous sex. It's like she points out their eyes on the album.
Yeah.
It's like, look, they are high. You could tell they're high by pointing at their eyes.
Yeah.
So great. Lester, once again, has got some great lines. This is right whenever he meets William outside the radio station, and it's just the two of them, chatting it up.
We should set that Lester Bangs to him is rock journalist genius.
Well, yeah. His word is
Svengali, whatever you want to call him.
yeah.
But he was William.
Yeah, absolutely.
Little nerd. He understands him.
This is what he's got to look forward to, be growing up to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not cool.
No, he's not cool. He is what would be referred to as a music geek or whatever,
Yes.
just because of the amount of knowledge and stuff that you have. But yeah, so he goes to meet him, and he's trying to get some information about him. And so Lester, which he knows he's not cool, but he also is a legend in his own mind, at least in this scene. And, Lester's like, "Hey kid, it's nice to meet you. I can't just stand around here all day and talk to my many fans." And it kind of goes to a wide shot, and it's literally just the two of them.
Yeah.
There's nobody else that was waiting
Right.
outside that radio
Yeah.
station.
Exactly.
And so, once again, cuts to this wide shot, and it's just the two of them there. And then a smash cuts to a scene of both of them
Still
hanging out at a diner. So, yeah, tries to blow him off. I'm really too cool and famous to be able to sit and just talk to my many fans. Cut to them at the diner, continuing this conversation. So great.
Yeah.
One other line that I really liked from Lester, and this is when he's being a little bit more sincere. He had already warned him, "Don't be friends."
Yeah.
And he's got a great line that he gives, and they're on the phone when they're having this conversation. He says, "Friendship is the booze they feed you." Because he wasn't one that was getting drunk and doing any of that kind of stuff, but he still relates it. He's like, it doesn't matter if it's actual booze that they're feeding you or if it's friendship is the booze that they're feeding you. They're getting you drunk on their friendship.
Yeah.
And you'll get drunk off of it either way.
It's like when he calls him and tells him, "Hey, here's what's going on." And he goes, "Oh, you made friends with him, didn't you?"
Yeah. He's like, I warned you, but it was inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are some of my favorite quotes throughout the movie.
Jason Lee, one of the things I loved about his character, you can tell he had a giant chip on his shoulder, that he thought he was going to be the guy. He thought he was the man.
Right.
And so for the entire movie, he's got a chip on his shoulder about the lead guitarist getting all the attention.
Right.
And he's got this inferiority complex. It's just really funny. And he just has so many lines like, I'm just the out of focus guy on the t-shirt. Or like he comes out of the bathroom at a dress stop and the bus takes off without him. And he goes, "Oh, go ahead, leave me behind. I'm just the lead singer."
Everything is a slight against him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love his character. He's really funny, but he's also just an asshole.
Yeah.
But he's funny.
Doesn't see his own arrogance.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to our staff picks. All right. We're talking about our staff picks. This is where we talk about our MVPs, cast, crew, scenes, songs, those kinds of things. Anything that's a favorite falls under this category. Do you want to start us off?
Sure. Cast MVP is hard because it's such a talented cast. I mean, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Billy Crudup, they're all great. Jason Lee's great. Even the kid, Patrick Fugit, he's really good. Francis,
it really
McDormand,
is
just stacked.
Even the little kid,
Tiny.
the kid that played the younger William.
Yeah.
I mean, even he did great as the younger William.
There's so many people to choose from. I'm going to pick Kate Hudson.
Okay.
I think it's her best role over her career. And I went to see this movie knowing that was Goldie Hawn's daughter. And I said, "Oh, wow." I mean, you see it. It runs in the family.
Well, there's that whole thing about, nepotism. But the way I look at it is nepotism will get your foot in the door.
Yeah.
But you got to act your way out of it after that. You know what I mean?
And there are moments in this film she breaks your heart, man.
She does.
And she never will allow anyone to break her heart.
Yeah. Probably.
And so when it happens, it's just devastating. Who's your cast MVP?
Oh, for the actor, there's not a lot of scenes with him, but Philip Seymour Hoffman,
he's almost always the best thing he's in.
And absolutely. And the Philip Seymour Hoffman scenes, there's only like one of them or one or two scenes that were there in person. All the rest of it really just takes place over the phone. And for you to have that kind of a deep connection when you're not even in the same room with the person.
Yeah.
And have that kind of connection over the phone, you still felt it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say it's a father figure, but maybe a bit of a father
in the movie,
figure.
His father died young,
right.
When he was very young.
Yeah. And so, this is the person at least leading him in the right direction and telling him what to do and giving him opportunities and giving him shots and giving him good advice. But, I just think he knocked it out of the park, of course. And it's Philip Seymour Hoffman. And any movie that you watch with him, you're going to go away thinking, he did his homework.
One of the greats. Crew MVP, very simple for me, Cameron Crowe.
Absolutely.
Great direction, but man, the script is amazing. As you said, Steven Spielberg, film this word for word.
Yeah.
Great script.
Yeah.
Quotes upon quotes.
Yeah. And I would probably agree with you there, if nothing else, just because of all the heavy lifting that this man does. Writer, director, producer, and
I'm sure he controls the music.
I was about to say, I don't know what his credit is or what credit he gets to that. And I know he has other people that help him out with that, but he's definitely got final say. And, he's got like suggestions. Mm-hmm. And really that just goes for any Cameron Crowe movie that you watch.
Best scene for me, easy. I want to pick the bus sing along. It's iconic.
It is.
It's iconic.
It is iconic. So mine isn't necessarily even a scene. It's the culmination of all of the scenes with Lester and William.
It's the heart of the movie.
Right. And once again, it's a voice of reason, and it's the only person they can go to that's going to shoot him straight.
And best song, I'm going to go with Tiny Dancer.
Yeah.
It's just such a great song and a great moment. It's just great. It's amazing.
It is. It's definitely a chef's kiss moment for sure. And while I could definitely have agreed with you on that one, there's another Elton John song in the movie, and it's the song is Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters. I did not know of this song before this movie. Man, that song just hits right at, it plays the heartstrings during the scenes that it's used in. And just every time it plays when, in the movie, it totally gets me. So that's my pick for staff pick on that.
And unsung hero, I'm going to go with Jason Lee. He can make being a dick funny. Never seen him play as unlikable an unlikable, likable character before. I've seen him play,
That's right.
you know, all kinds of likable people. They might be losers or whatever, but I've never seen him go for playing a jerk or anything like that. So this is way different.
Yeah, I agree. Unsung hero. It'd probably be an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to go Jimmy Fallon. He was completely believable in that character.
Yeah.
He was not, which at the time specifically for on SNL, he would always break character.
Yes.
He'd always laugh. He'd always, and this was like a chance to get away from something like that and just be an honest.
I think the hair had a lot
character.
to do with it.
Yeah, so he's definitely my unsung hero for sure. All right, Ray. Well, it's time for the big question.
Forgotten.
Or forgotten for a reason. All right, so this is our, this is where we decide if it's forgotten or forgotten for a reason. I just got to say it's forgotten. It's not a movie that you shouldn't watch. It's just forgotten. Definitely one that needs to be revisited if you've never seen it. Definitely worth a watch.
I think it's forgotten, and I think maybe because some of these actors I don't think they became superstars. It just kind of came and went, and I know it was a big hit on cable. It came out on BDO, but I still
fans were.
I just think that nobody thinks about this film when they go out or they think about watching the movie. Nobody thinks of this, but I just feel like nobody talks about it enough. And what I love about doing this podcast is you get to bring attention to these films that need more attention.
Absolutely.
And so
it's a good weekend watch, or Friday night, whatever kind of deal.
It's only 2 hours and 2 minutes.
That's right. A Friday night forgotten film. It's good date movie. Good music movie. If you're a music fan, you are not going to be disappointed.
Yeah, if you love great movies, this is a great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Great movie. Great soundtrack. Great writer, director. I'll really watch anything that Cameron Crowe writes and directs.
I think this is his best
film. Yeah.
And this is most personal.
It's just a good movie.
Just a great movie.
It's worth a watch. Yeah. Check it out. Okay. Well, now that brings us to our rewind recommendations. All right. So this is where we give our movie suggestions of other films that you might like if you liked this film.
I think this is a film about a fictional band. Sing Street from 2016. What a great movie. And that's probably
Oh, wait. No, I haven't seen that one.
I'm telling you, it's one of the best. One of the best. It's an amazing film.
Okay.
Sing Street. I encourage you all to look for it. That Thing You Do by
yes.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, that was on my list too.
1996. Great.
Yes.
Great movie.
Very similar feel.
Yeah.
Different completely, but very similar feel.
And then The Commitments from 1991, which is it's kind of a darker film about a fictional band, kind of like Almost Famous, kind of started out with the band, looks like they were going to fracture and break up. So it's about the fracture of a band, but it's such a great film.
Okay.
The Commitments. And then movies set in the past with great music, Dazed and Confused from 93.
Yeah, that was on my list too. Yes.
One of the greatest films ever.
Yes. And a Texas film.
And a Texas film.
Shot in Austin.
And also I'm going to pick Adventureland. It's
that's a good one.
Coming of age tale about a guy that meets all these crazy people in this amusement park.
Set in a different kind of environment,
Yeah.
but yes, same kind of coming of age film.
Yeah. With great music.
Yeah. I agree. Those are good. Those are some good picks. You had mentioned That Thing You Do, Dazed and Confused. Both those were on my list as well. Empire Records.
Yep.
I think we've even recommended that one before.
Yeah, I recommended it before. Yeah.
Yeah. Rockstar.
I like that movie.
I do too. It's a Mark Wahlberg movie, 2001. Very cool premise. There's some truth to the movie,
Yeah.
just like this one. Same kind of vein. Definitely one to check out. And then just to recommend another Philip Seymour Hoffman movie where he's playing a music guy, Pirate Radio.
Another really good movie.
Yeah. It's another
Great
fun
cast
one.
in that one as
Yeah,
well.
it's a good ensemble cast in that one. Those are our recommendations. Well, that's one more forgotten film remembered. That's 2000's Almost Famous, rated R. Be sure to join us next time on the next podcast where we're going to change it up a little bit. I am actually going to be familiar with the movie, and Ray has not seen it. This movie deals with food, with love. It's got an all-star cast.
Silence of the Lambs.
You'll just have to wait and see. Please remember to be kind, rewind, comment, like, and subscribe. I'm Jed.
I'm Ray.
This is Forgotten Films reminding you to crack a cold one.
And watch a forgotten one.